my throat's gone. TV. Have you gone? Ah, there you are. And it's going to be one of those fucking videos.
It's not a good video.
Walton White Sox won. The Horse Punchers 0. And I'm with Josh. Josh has been sat with me tonight in the Gladys Street, and Josh is a Newcastle fan. And mate, that was a good evening for me. Maybe not for you.
For you, it was a great evening, wasn't it?
It always is when shit like that happens.
I mean, you look. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. Like, we look at the first half, and I think going into the end of the first half, I mean, kicking on for the win. Looking at how Hughes came out.
Yeah, we did. I think the first half was very cagey. Both sides
100%.
were going for it. It was just an entertaining game of football, I think, as well. I think that was the main thing.
I think if you had to edge it in the first half, you'd say, yeah, we probably came out after the first 10 minutes a bit better. But yeah, I mean, what did we didn't second half?
You didn't want to know that second half.
No.
That was really surprising, considering now we didn't have a shot on goal. No. We didn't have any target. We were getting nothing off the referee all game, and we'll come to that in a minute. And the other things that happened in the second half, which added all that fucking extra time on. But no, even that second half there, I thought yous were going to go for the throat. You know, I thought St. Maximin was going to be on in the early few minutes rather than late on the way he did. And
I think that's the conviction of the teams near the lower half of the level, though, is you look at the teams higher up, they see that vulnerability, don't they? And they go for it, and I think that's what yous are lacking. I think that's what we're lacking, is that conviction in the final third, to look at the team and go, right, we've got them here, they're rattled, and we just didn't have that today.
I mean, considering yous were 8th unbeaten until Chelsea at the weekend, you think like, well,
where we were fucking robbed.
You'll be able to try and get that back, claw that back, and I think that's what Everton were trying to do.
100%.
And then we had some weirdo fucking chain himself to the
we forgot about it, didn't we?
And we were wondering why the fuck there was 14 minutes being added on. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And it just reminded me of I can't remember what game it was. It was at Goodison when
brother.
It was fucking great. Phil, you're going to get pelters off this because but do you remember the fella who got done for Ryanair, who changed himself to the park end? Well, the first steward on the scene, if you go in and Google it, is my brother. And he gets it every time something like this happens, and there's pictures. I'm going to use them as the thumbnail just for the sake of it today as well. So Phil, this one's on you. But we had like the shittest fucking wire cutters to cut a pair of cable ties around this lad's neck, which added extra time on. And then we had the.
I mean, the atmosphere needs booming when a fella runs on with cable cutters and everyone's cheering him.
Fucking hell, mate! If you don't want to be at the game, just don't go. He's actually paid for the ticket to go and do that, which is just fucking random as you like. And he's just gone, yeah, I'm going to chain myself to the fucking post. Mate, that was not the time. Really, really not the time. My voice is gone.
I mean, I'll give it, I'll hold my hands up and give it is. I think when we brought Maximin on, I think that's when our game changed for the worse. I said this to you on the way to the pub, and you said it's what Everton do with Charleston, is we try and do everything through Maximin to the point where, okay, he's brilliant going forward with the ball, but he hasn't got that ability to hold the ball up and bring the team forward, other than if he gets a couple of touches and he's past the play, then it works for us. But that's where
you've got nothing in that 6-yard box, a bit like us, exactly the same as
we've got Chris Wood chasing up after him. It's not working. It's not going to work, and I think that's where I'm not saying, I mean, hats off to you, you deserved it second half, you really did, but I think that's where we went down today, is when we brought him on.
I think Everton just, I think we needed it more, and I think that's where bit more composure from yourselves probably would have finished that game off.
100%.
And you just missed the likes of John Joe Shelby and things like that. And when we went down to 10 men, which I argued the toss with you as well, because Gareth Barry.
We're going to argue this.
I'm going to argue the toss with this because Gareth Barry made a fucking career of tackles, cynical tackles on the halfway line. You don't get a red card for that. You don't.
If that's the Newcastle challenge, you'd have been screaming.
Oh yeah, of course it would. But even I look at that tackle on Shelby on Gordon at your place. You know what I mean? That was cynical because it's from behind. Now I haven't seen the full tackle again because you showed it on screen, and all of a sudden everyone's going, "Hang on, it's not that fucking bad, is it?"
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It is what it is. And Alex Iwobi's come in the 124th minute of the next, time added on. And slaughtered with it.
I mean, to be fair, your fans were on his back the most of the game, so fair play
we
to him
were, because
carry on kicking on.
I think with Alex Iwobi, he's not a winger. He's one of those players, he needs to be played through the middle to actually cause any kind of damage.
100%.
And he's done it. And, like I said, I've lost my voice So I'm going to leave it at this because I'm sure Paul's going to do a reaction video as well. So Josh, it wasn't the best of nights for you, but yeah, he's going home anyway. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Give you a like and subscribes and everything else. Up the Alex IWOBI toffees, Colin Chong, and see you in a bit.